listening to Mike and John Got It Going On, a Livingston County-based podcast that's based in, well, Livingston County. And now, Mike and John.
This is not the fault of your receiver.
Why are we at an angle?
Well, we're in the bad guy's place right now. We're like Batman and Robin.
Right.
We're at the Riddler's place.
So for those of us watching on Facebook or YouTube, the picture is now at a 45-degree angle pretty much.
That's not 45.
On the podcast, it sounds the same. You're like, what the hell are they talking
Let's
about?
talk in angles on the podcast.
How do we talk?
Right,
how do we talk at a 45-degree
All right,
angle?
well, turn your head this way,
Right.
and that balances it out.
Okay.
Here we go. See, we're straight now.
I feel like we're two pilots trying to pull a plane out of a dive.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we're in the bad guy's place, and
Yeah.
those guys with like names like Biff and Bombo.
Right.
They could attack us at any time.
Right. So, are we going to do the whole show like this at an angle?
We're not really sure yet.
Okay, we'll just feel it out.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah. So
I'm already getting a headache looking at it.
So, well, it was really windy out. Maybe the wind caught
The wind knocked the camera over. I hate that. Okay.
So how about the opening day, Tigers on Friday?
Yeah, how about that opening day?
How about that?
What about the days since then?
Well, let's not talk about that.
All
We're
right.
1-2. It's still 33%.
But there went our 162-0 season.
You see, you set the bar so low. They're just trying to live up to that.
Right.
All right, it is Monday, April 11th. Today, by the way, is 8-track day.
Yes.
8-track tape day.
Not your mama's 8-track.
Oh, no. Still time to answer a question on our Mike and John Got It Going On Facebook page. About 15% of men at any given time are dealing with this or experiencing this at any given time.
Right.
15% of
And they
guys.
don't even know it.
Some know it.
Right.
Some don't care.
Right.
Some may be embarrassed.
Right. So we got some pretty serious, kind of heavy-duty answers in there.
Depression is not it.
No, or domestic violence.
No.
And so, I mean, there were interesting guesses, but you
It's
got to
us.
know us. It's us.
Yeah, it's us.
We don't go too deep.
We have a camera that's pointed
Yeah.
in an angle.
What does this tell you?
Would we really have a serious answer
Right.
like that?
So the answer's more
No.
embarrassing than it is serious.
Yeah, like that. So we'll give you the answer
Okay.
in just a few minutes.
Right.
But first, we will adjust the camera,
Oh.
won't we?
Yeah, I think we
And
should.
do for
You're
Giggo
right.
News. You can't have
Right,
Giggo
right.
News.
And don't forget, Mike and John Got It Going On, brought to you by Firehouse Doors. All right, adjust the camera.
All right.
Get it back to... All right, let's see. All right,
Back to
the camera's
straight
being
there.
adjusted
Is that
now.
better?
Yeah.
Did I get all of you in there so you know how you are?
Well,
about
it's hard to get. You got to have a wide-angle lens
There we
there to
go.
get me in there. All right.
Zoom in on
All right.
news. Brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
All right, here's what's going on. A former Livingston County sheriff has passed away. Charles Ralph Hards, or Charlie Hards, died Saturday at his home in Tecumseh with his family by his side. Hards, who was born in Heartland Township in 1933, was 88. He was the Livingston County sheriff from 1968 until his upset defeat in 1980 to Dennis DeBurton. He's survived by his wife of 24 years, Norma, and 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. According to his obituary, Hards was a member of the Hamburg Rod and Gun Club and the Moose in Ypsilanti. He also enjoyed fishing, woodworking, loved fixing things around the house, and doing mechanical work. In accordance to his wishes, cremation has already taken place, and there are no services planned. Memorial contributions can be made to Arbor Hospice and Parkinson's Foundation. Arrangements are under the care of the Tecumseh Chapel of Handler Funeral Homes. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel visited a local school district to see for herself the way school safety grant dollars were being spent. On Friday, Nessel visited Pinckney Community Schools, which received just over $240,000 in 2019 for school safety improvements. The grants were administered through the Michigan State Police's Grants and Community Services Division. Since 2015, over $55 million in competitive school safety grant funding has been awarded to 538 schools and districts. With more visits planned, Nessel said she'll continue to push for common sense legislation also aimed at bolstering school security. And the work of Livingston County's 911 dispatchers will be recognized this week. Each year, Congress designates the second week of April as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week to honor the estimated 300,000 men and women who are part of the country's 911 system. This year's theme is superheroes, with several events planned locally to recognize Livingston County's about 40 dispatchers, including various dress-up days, including Dress Like Your Favorite Food Day. That observation will culminate Friday with the ceremony where awards will be presented for Critical Incident, Life-Saving, Stork, and Employee of the Year. And that's what's going on. All right, now what's going on?
Well, like superheroes.
All right, you've got our superhero action figures
We're
out.
superheroes.
Yeah.
Nice cape, by the
Right.
way. Your cape's kind of drooping.
It is.
a little
Well,
bit.
it's dirty
and it's
too.
dusty.
Yeah, it's gotta get
We
cleaned.
have to get to the cleaners.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got our super action figures here now. This is Amara Mike and Thunder John, and again for our podcast listeners,
you can't see us.
yeah. But if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see a picture of these guys.
Yeah.
Created exclusively by our action figure designer David Hayes,
Yes.
who used I think a Starsky action figure for yours. Or is that Hutch?
No,
that's Starsky.
Hutch had the
yeah.
blonde hair.
Right. So that's Starsky.
He knew I had a Torino when I was
Right.
growing up.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
my first car.
And
so.
he used a Boss Hog for me.
That's Boss Hog?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? All right. So, of course, news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You moved you changed everything around on me on the
sorry.
weekend.
Trying to clean
Cleaned
this
up
place
and
up.
everything. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, Brighton's preeminent jewelry store. Commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and exquisite merchandise. Mark and Barb Binkley pride themselves on offering something special for everyone and recognize customer satisfaction as the sole purpose of their business. They do it right, offering a unique mix of exceptional jewelry. Simon G, Zagani, and more.
Simon G.
CooperandBinkleyJewelers.com. Better yet, stop by. Say hi to Mark and Barb. Got Mother's Day coming up in May.
Yes.
Remember Mom? Mother's Day?
They're the place to go
They are.
for all your needs. So CooperandBinkleyJewelers.com.
Should we give the answer?
Yes, our question we were asking earlier. At any given time, 15% of men experience this, but some don't even know it.
You know what?
What is it? Some of the answers.
Yeah, go through some of the
Yeah.
answers, and then I think we'll demonstrate.
Right. So we had body odor. 15% low on that, I would say. Depression. Some more serious answers, which we said, let's face it, we're not going to, the urge to fix the problem, any problem. We hear that from women a lot. Like, I just want you to listen. I don't need you to fix it.
But we
Unless I want you to fix it.
Then get on it.
Right. Let's see. Menopause. Our
Yeah.
friend Helen guessed menopause.
I see. Menopause.
Let's see. The house is silent.
I'm not sure what that
Yeah,
means,
I mean,
because
yeah.
that really doesn't happen.
Right. Stupidity. And then they go, I think the percent's much higher. Incontinence. Hair loss. Yeah. Shut up. Thank you for that great answer. Very rude
So
of
those
me.
are just a few.
Right. The answer?
I think we have to stand up and demonstrate.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe this is where we need the.
Right. All right. There are people going, all right, what's happening here? All right.
There
you
are
want-
flies down.
Yeah. Hey, what are you talking about?
down.
What's happening there?
They forgot to zip it.
Yeah.
That's your answer today. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So we have a new sponsor to the show now.
We do have a new
And-
sponsor to the show. And in fact, we should probably give them a call because they're going to join us today. The gentleman that runs the McKnightlights.com. And with Mother's Day rapidly approaching, give your mom a special one-of-a-kind gift. McKnightlights.com offers 3D printed nightlights with any photo. Turn your old family photos into wonderful gifts. A great new way to bring old photos back to life. Each nightlight comes with base and bulb. They sell for $20 each for one, $15 each if you buy more than one. You just go to McKnightlights.com and place your order today. And in fact, Dan McMillan from McKnightlights.com, he's already made up a couple of these for us. So we're going to demonstrate these to you.
Here we go. Let's see if you can see it in this. Can you see it in there?
So if you want to see.
There it is. Go
So
up a
there's
little higher.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you can
Look at
see.
that. We're like detectives.
Yes, and you can. So he takes these photos and then he 3D prints the photo into like this plastic shield, which he turns into a very cool nightlight. We're going to talk to him about that in just a second. Let me hold this to the microphone so the
maybe
folks on the podcast can see it.
Yeah.
You
What we should do is we should interview him in the dark.
All right.
You don't want to have it on while we're talking to Dan?
Should we do it in the dark? Wait a minute.
Zip your pants up first.
Okay. Where did the show go? Where did this show go? All right.
Where it usually goes.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Dan.
Hey Dan, it's Mike and John from Mike and John Got It Going On.
Good morning,
Good.
gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning. You know, we just demonstrated the McKnight light for the Mike and John Got It Going On podcast.
Right, the two that you made for us. One just the picture, and then the one with the logo on it, and they look really, really cool. Thank you so much for those.
Hey, no problem. Yep.
So I've always been fascinated with 3D printing, John, or Dan, I'm sorry. I was looking at our Mike and John Got It Going On thing. Fascinated with 3D printing, and how'd you come up with this concept, this idea?
Well, I got into 3D printing during COVID as a hobby. I used to build models as a kid, and this was like the logical next step. I thought, well, geez, I can print my own stuff and mess around with it. So my son got into it, taught me how to do it, and I picked it up, and I come across these night lights. They're readily available out on the web. You know, it's not something I invented. I just kind of marketed it and made a way for people to get them. You can also get them on Etsy and whatnot, but I've put together my website, and before I put the website together, I made a few and gave them out to friends and whatnot, and everybody just kept telling me how much they liked them and asked me how they could get them, so I figured, let me throw a website together, and I did that right before Christmas, and geez, during Christmas I probably sold maybe 300 or 400 of them.
Wow.
It was really popular.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's like you said, it's not like an original idea per se, but the fact that you've got this 3D printer and you're putting it to this use, and a lot of people are new to this technology, even though it's been around for a while, but it is expanding in a great way. And I know when I talked to you on Friday, I mean, you were kind of making a comparison about where 3D printers are now to where home computers used to be at a certain point. Talk more about that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I tell everybody. To me, 3D printers are just like computers were. 30 years ago, only dorks and geeks like me had a computer, and now grandma's got one. And 3D printers are the same way right now. They're an up-and-coming technology. They've been around quite a while, but they're just now starting to become more and more prevalent for home use. And the technology is improving every day. They're having different new 3D printers released every day that makes it easier and easier. And I've read several articles about the future and how in the future you won't go to the store to purchase a part anymore. You'll download the plan and 3D print it yourself.
Like, say, a part for your furnace, for example.
Yeah.
Like when you can't order a part and it takes more than a week to arrive, you could just go to your 3D printer and say, print that part for my furnace, so it will work.
So Dan, I've got this 1986 Fiero, which basically is made out of plastic. So if I needed a new hood,
It'd take a little while as far as size goes. That's the one thing I found with 3D printing is it takes time. When I
size
first got
matters.
started, I print something, a 6-inch tall character would take 14 hours to print.
Wow.
Well, you showed me like a 2-foot tall Gene Simmons that you made?
Yeah, I said 2 foot tall. He's really a 1 foot tall.
Well, still.
But yeah, I printed them in several pieces and they turned out great. But that's why I have 5 3D printers now, because I can print 5 different things at one time. And,
right.
It's definitely an awesome hobby. It's
well,
something
but
I like to promote.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, I mean, right now it's sort of the geeks.
Infancy.
Right, it's innocent, but people that are real kind of into it are doing it, and but it is growing and it will become more commonplace. But it's really it has, I think, the ability to be a real change disruptor, kind of like how, I mean, so you think about like how Amazon came on the scene and really disrupted, say, brick and mortar operations, where they said, you know what, you don't have to go to a store to buy anything, we'll deliver it straight to your door, and how that has changed the world that we live in now. 3D printing, I think, has the ability to 10 or more years down the road, or less, you could see this where it even disrupts that model, the Amazon model of like, we'll deliver it right to your door, to just say, you can just print it at home. You'll just go online, pay a fee. Obviously, you're not going to do it, to say print a specific thing,
or
and
just
then,
buy a plan, right?
Right.
Exactly.
But you'll just make it at home on your printer.
Yeah. And one of the things, a lot of customers come into my shop. I have a 3D printer going right in the front desk there, and a lot of times people say, "How much does one of these cost?" And I love to ask them what they think it costs.
Right. What did I tell you? Asked me that question on Friday, and what did I tell you?
Yeah. Did you say 5,000?
I said maybe 3,000. I was like, I don't know, 3,000.
Yeah, a lot of people say in the high thousands and whatnot, and then I tell them that I bought the printer that's sitting right there for $100.
Wow.
Yeah.
The normal price was $200, but I got on a 50% off sale. But they are
from Amazon.
They've come down in price, yeah.
Wait a minute. Could you make a 3D printer from your 3D printer?
Wow, that's meta.
There are people that you need a few metal parts, but
yeah.
they even have metal 3D printers these days too. But yeah, people have printed 3D printers they make themselves.
Well, we talk about the technology. I know for instance, up on the International Space Station. I mean, they've had a 3D printer up there for, I think, as long as it's been up there, to do that very thing, to make parts, because you can't just call Amazon and say, deliver this part. I mean, you may have to make a part real quick. And
I'm a Prime member.
I got Prime. What do you mean more than 2 days? So in that situation, obviously they've got a top of the line one, I would imagine.
We paid for it, so they probably do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can get a 3D printer. You can get one. I would say less than $100, but I'd say starting around a decent one for $100, anywhere between $100 and $500 for a nice decent one.
Right.
And
So theirs is $500 million. Got it. And
it's government front.
right, so it's fur lined.
I want to ask you because I'm clueless on the 3D printers. Material, resin, is that what that is, or just plastic?
Well, this one's plastic. There's two types. There's many types, but the two main hobbyist types are resin and filament-based printers. And the ones I use to make the nightlights are filament-based.
And it's
a resin printer.
And it's a spool of plastic. It looks like wire, but it's just plastic.
Yeah, it looks like weed eater string, I tell everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
like a weed whacker. Got it. So can you do different colors?
Yeah, I've done some different colors as far as the lights go. I've printed some pink roses and some orange pumpkins. They turn out great. I've also taken it upon myself just for fun to paint the back of some of the white ones. I can put color on them. It's amazing. It's more of a labor-intensive thing, so I don't want it for sale. It really makes it pop.
So the one that we're showing right now on the podcast with the Mike and John Got It Going On logo, and it has an older picture of us where it was Livingston Reed's. We were two detective type Sam Spade type characters. That's just from a regular photo, so that's how you do most of these. And the attention to detail, it's just amazing. It is like a regular picture. So when you look at gifts for, say, Mom for Mother's Day or Grandma, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know how it used to be like little charms, doing something like, bracelet charms or something like that. This is something even cooler. They could have it in the kitchen or in the hallway or in the bathroom and have that night light. So pretty cool stuff. What a great idea.
Yeah, I tell them this is a way to bring old photos back to life. And also, if you've lost a pet or a loved one, it really brings comfort to those folks who lost those members of their family. I've had many people tell me they've had tears involved when the gift was given. And also, a young lady lost her young daughter, and she tells me it's very comforting to her because she gets to be with her every night now. So it brings a lot of joy to me to make them. I really enjoy it, and I know it brings a lot of comfort to people too. So
yeah, I mean, it can run the gamut from silly, like Mike and John dressed up like detectives, to
photo, that's the best thing.
Right.
The more detail, the better. If it's all white, it doesn't do as well, but if it's more detailed, it just turns out great.
Yeah, and it really does. I think that's an interesting process where it really does bring out the detail in the photo itself.
So how do folks...
For folks listening that can't imagine what we're talking about, it's basically a little pane. That's what they call it. It's a white little pane of a photo on a plastic nightlight.
Right.
So folks go to McNightlights.com, and then if I wanted to place an order, say, do I just email you, send you a copy of the photo, and then you put it together?
You can go right on the website. You just go to the website, and you can upload your photos there. And if you're in the local area here, make sure you choose local pickup so you don't have to pay for shipping. I have a shop in the former Livingston County Airport building, and you can pick it up there.
Very cool. So what are some of the other things you've made with your 3D printer, just on your own for the hobby, for the geeks in us that say, hey, if I can buy one of those,
I do a lot of figurines just for fun. I have an alien head here. I have Krusty the Clown, Batman. I printed my son a Boba Fett. Of course, my tall Gene Simmons here. I just got done printing a giant windmill, wind turbine. I had a urge to print a turbine, so I made it 2 foot tall. That one's 2 foot tall.
Does it work?
No, it spins, but I'm ordering it.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, yeah, working on it.
Practical too, it's just I'm a do-it-yourselfer at home, and I've made so many things for the house: grommets and spacers, just little pieces that I need, shelves, brackets, you name it. It's just amazing. I bought a 9mm for target range practice, and I needed an ammo loader clip, so I printed my own ammo loading clip.
Was your trade prior to this engineering by any chance, or what?
I was a welder in the Army.
Right. So kind of cool. I mean, as you said, a do-it-yourself kind of thing. There are times at home when I'm working on something, I'm like, I need this part, but I have no idea where to get it. And that's just kind of cool stuff.
It's awesome. I'm telling you, there's so many things out on the web. A lot of it is free. There's a lot of free software. There's a huge community of people that will help you learn. And anybody that's interested in learning 3D printing, stop by my shop and see me. I'll be glad to tell you all I know and teach you and give you tips. And
very cool.
anything I can do to promote the hobby. In my perfect world, I'd love to open up a 3D printing shop where I can sell printers, teach people how to use it, sell supplies.
Yeah, you're obviously passionate about it, and I gathered that when I talked to you on Friday, which is I thought this would be a really interesting topic to kind of bring up, especially the future of 3D printing. I really do see it being more than just a hobby. I mean, it already is, but I think that practical aspect of it is really going to expand in the years to come, and it's going to be one of those items like you said. If you went back 30 years ago, people were like, "I don't need a computer. Who needs a computer?"
Exactly.
Right.
And I think there's people like, "I don't need a 3D printer. That's for geeks." And I think at a certain point, you're going to be like, "I need a 3D printer."
Well, and look how long TVs used to be a thing of the rich and the only a few had them early on, just kind of like the 3D printer thing. I'm curious as far as the time it takes to make the 2 night lights that you made for us. How long would one of those take to make?
That one took, I think those are about 7 hours each. But I can print them 2 at a time. I've got 5 printers.
Right.
This weekend I printed 33 night lights in 2 days.
So the next step though, Dan, would be to make it more microwave-like, where it's quicker. Do you think? I'm serious.
Right,
I mean,
right.
when you think about it, it'll be the speed of it.
Yeah, they're definitely making speed improvements all the time. They have, like I said, they have higher end printers that print faster and higher quality. It just depends how much you want to spend.
All right.
So you look at that little part you were trying to build, it's like, okay, well, honey, I can't fix that for about 6 hours till it's done printing, but we'll get it done then. Otherwise you're traveling around from, hardware store to a big box store or whatever, looking for something to make, to kind of jerry-rig a part for whatever it may be.
There's times when it wouldn't be practical, but there's a lot more times when it may.
Well, like you said, if people go to McNightlights.com, they can see examples of the type of nightlight we're talking about. And the prices, I mean, like you said, $20 to make one, $15 if you buy more than one. And to turn that favorite photo into something that's like a real keepsake, something that kind of makes it just really special, that's more than worth it. So I think that's
custom. It's a custom gift.
Right.
Yeah, very custom.
Yeah, very cool.
It's kind of like custom engraving, only via 3D printer. Kind of cool stuff that
Exactly.
way. So.
Yeah.
Well,
and
very neat.
I can edit the photos. I can add words, or if you have a bad photo and you need to take a person or an animal out.
You can delete an old relationship. Hey, this is a good picture.
Can you take her out of it and put her in it? Can you add hair?
Yes, I can do that. I can add a mustache too, or I can take one off.
You can add muscles, but you can really enhance these things, right?
Yeah, I can work with your mustache too, John.
Oh, well.
Well, you know what? We may have to get rid of that mustache now that you mentioned that, Dan.
We have put up the mustache challenge for the Walk for Warmth. We'll talk more about that in just a minute, but yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really cool.
So Dan McMillan with McNightlights.com, thank you for talking to us about 3D printing, and now one of the newest advertisers here on Mike and John Got It Going On. Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys. Have a great day.
All right, Thanks, Dan. Really cool stuff.
We'll see you.
Thanks. Yeah, really cool stuff. I was thinking as we're talking to him, the different things you could make, and whether it's a nightlight or something else, we might have to get new action figures.
Maybe we should have. Yeah, we could talk to. I mean, he made the Gene Simmons.
We could have 1 foot. As opposed to,
the 1 foot action figure.
As opposed to our miniatures.
Yes.
We have the mini collection and the larger collection.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, guys, we're really going to just take it to the next level, I'll tell you that. So, this is the final week to get your taxes done.
Yes, it is.
And my wife
Everybody
was working on taxes yesterday, and under her breath, she's like, I should have had somebody else do this.
That's right. How about Fairchild, LaBelle, and Rice taking care of your taxes?
Yeah, I think for anyone that, and there's been so many changes in tax law in the last couple of years that people had this, who've had an expectation of, I can easily write that off. I'm like, no, you can't.
Not so much.
Yeah, or the things that you can now deduct or whatever that you couldn't before. So you need experts like the folks at Fairchild, LaBelle, and Rice to kind of figure that out for you. And of course, their firm large enough to offer a full range of professional services, but small enough to give you the individual attention you deserve. Fairchild, LaBelle, and Rice CPAs will thoroughly and conscientiously study your personal situation and tailor advice to your specific needs.
Like if you're starting up a podcast business,
Right.
they
Right.
can answer your question.
You know, just before we started today, we were kind of talking about podcast business stuff, and we need.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were talking about.
Maybe we
so.
should call Fairchild, LaBelle, and Rice.
517-321-5990.
Right, and you can go online, find them flrcpas.com or flrcpas.com. Right?
MOUSC.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Don't do MSU. flrcpas.com.
Yeah, you think Fairchild, LaBelle, Rice,
Right.
then CPAs.
Or you could just Google Fairchild, LaBelle, and Rice.
You could.
You'll find it.
You'll find the website.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, coming up tomorrow, we're going to have a special edition of School of the Fools a little bit later in the show. Uncle Bill joining us, this time because of me. It's my fault.
That he's joining us tomorrow, not
Yeah,
Wednesday?
not Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. We should mention
Yes.
you're not going to be here Wednesday.
No, but you could do the show on your own if you want. You want to sit here by yourself?
No one wants to see me alone.
Well, that's true.
That's fine. I mean, you know what? Maybe I could do a quick newscast.
It's up to you. It's up to you. Get the eye worked on. I'm going to have a bionic eye when I No.
Yeah.
No. Let's get back to the mustache. The mustache challenge
Right.
for the Walk for Warmth.
Correct.
May 14th, the old Heartland High School.
Right.
The annual Walk for Warmth is going on. We're getting a Mike and John team together. We want you to be a part of the team. Make your donation. If we get over $1,000, that goes.
Yeah, this is out of here.
This goes.
We'll shave
the
it.
whole face is
We
going to
can
be
do it
different.
at Walk for Warmth, assuming we've passed all of the appropriate public health codes to do that. But yeah, I will shave off this mustache, and as I pointed out, I've had this. The last time I shaved it off was 1988 for a Halloween party, which you can see right here is a picture.
Right there. Look
of
at
me
that.
as the Blues Brothers.
Without
me and my
a
friend.
stash.
Me and my friend Dave. And
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. And and so yeah, so it's been a while. But we're going to give you
wait
the
a minute.
opportunity.
If it gets shaved off, are we going to have to change the nightlight and the superhero?
I thought about that too, but
Yeah,
I
they
don't
have.
know.
Well,
Because here's the thing, I was thinking about.
you can probably grow that back.
I'm sort of like, I can if I want, but I'm like, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take it off and I'll be like, you know what? I like this. This is it's time for a
the
change.
naked face king.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So,
But help us make everything weird. And by the way, this idea really began because my daughter
Had a nightmare.
She goes, I had a nightmare that you shaved your mustache.
many people that dream about John claim it to be a nightmare.
And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
That's a nightmare.
How? I can make your nightmare come real. That's my job as your father.
As a dad,
Yeah.
you got it. Yeah, embarrass the kids or
Right.
be a nightmare.
Of course. That's
So,
what we're all about.
Details are available
Yeah.
on our Mike and John podcast page.
Right. If you go there, you'll find details, of course, for Walk for Warmth and a link to go ahead and join our
Walk for Warmth
our
team.
Walk for Warmth Mike and John team. So, lots of stuff coming up there.
Also, I want to point out
Uh-oh.
on that Mike and John podcast.com page,
Right.
right next to the search is merch. If you click on merch, you can find your Mike and John Got It Going On stickers, t-shirts, and mugs.
Right.
Stickers, t-shirts, mugs, hoodies.
And we now
All
have
kind of a new line of apparel.
we have a travel mug up there now, which
Yeah,
I
we
still want to get one. I'm going to have to go get one. I think we know somebody.
John
over
travels a lot. It's from the podcast downstairs
from the kitchen.
to the kitchen.
And Mike will tell you he's seen me try to carry coffee down
Yeah.
the stairs, and this thing I'm always it's always
Spill,
I'm
spill.
like, damn it.
Well, this is on the Spider-Man mug.
That's why we have brown carpeting.
Yep.
You
So
think
yeah,
I'm-
there's
you
all
think I'm
kinds of
kidding?
merchandise. It's changing weekly, so
Right.
check out the
So,
merch page.
yeah, and of course we want to thank the fine folks at Spirit of Livingston, of course, for all that they do to make this happen. A custom T-shirt and screen printing company providing high-quality graphic design services and custom embroidery. Give them a call today, 517-545-8831, online at spiritoflivingston.com.
Want to wish my sister-in-law Kelly Kurkowski a happy birthday today, and
All
if you have a
right.
birthday to pass along, you can do that on our Mike and John podcast page too.
Right.
At the end of the week, we announce the week's birthdays. So happy birthday, Kelly, and anybody else that's celebrating today for the week. You can put those in on our Mike and John page, submit them via email. It pops up to us, and then we'll announce those at the end of the week.
Absolutely.
And we have anything else that's going on today?
What do you mean anything else?
There's a lot
We have
going on,
So
I
much,
know.
so much going on is the real question.
How about the 2-cent history
It's a real
lesson?
question. What is going on?
The
All right.
2-cent history
2-cent
lesson.
history lesson
You're
it is.
going to like it today.
All right.
April 11th.
It's
Barbershop Quartet
Oh,
Day.
all right. You ready?
Barbershop Quartet. We didn't make it
No.
to the Lamplighters. They
No,
didn't let us in.
no. My sweet Adeline,
My
sweet Adeline.
All right, Adeline, hit the road. It's also National Cheese Fondue Day.
Mm.
You like fondue? I'm not a fondue kind of guy.
I grew
Whether
up.
it's cheese or chocolate,
Yeah.
don't care. Not a fondue kind of
I lived in California for many years as a child, in the early '70s, and so cheese fondue was a thing.
When did you move here?
75.
75. He had a mustache then.
Even then, pretty much.
He was
yeah,
6.
Pretty much.
It's National Pet Day. National Pet Day.
Mm.
We honor our pets. You could honor your pet in nightlight form.
You could do
with
that.
the McNight lights. New sponsor here. Mike and John got it going on. And it is 8-Track Day.
Ah, the
8-Track Day. Late 60s, early 70s. Nothing beat having an 8-track in your car, your ride.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the ABBA.
Because it was pre-cassette.
Yeah.
So it was. And that's the thing. Before, everyone, you had to listen to music. You had two choices. You could listen to it on a record player, or on the radio.
And the
period.
record player kind of bounced around a lot.
Well, you could bring it in your car, but that was a way to bring your exclusive music into your vehicle.
Yes.
To have an 8-track. That was kind of the first opportunity to do that.
And here is your I learned it on Mike and John, got it going on moment.
All right.
The 8-track tape was invented, created by William Lear. Not Norman Lear.
No.
William Lear,
Right.
the jet guy.
Oh,
Lear
really?
Jet.
I did not know that.
See, you learned something on
So
Mike
did the
and John.
first Learjet have an 8-track on it?
You would hope so.
You know, see some CEO in the back was playing. Pop in Pink Floyd, will you, Frank?
Put on some Floyd.
Yeah.
No,
I'm trying to fly the plane.
I bet the first one was Jet Airliner by Steve
Oh
Miller.
yeah, hey, look at you.
You know,
Okay.
you think that if I'm Lear
Yeah.
and I'm putting an 8-track
You would think
player
so, that's true.
in my jet,
Yeah, that'd be the one.
or Jet by Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Okay, or that
One of the two. Maybe you just have all Jet songs.
Right. your passengers might. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, get it. Yeah.
1906 on this day, Professor Albert Einstein introduced his theory of relativity.
Mm.
It's all relative, he said. What goes up must come down?
No.
No?
That was Isaac Newton.
Oh, that was Newton,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was his theory.
Big
Right.
fig.
Yeah. No. Theory of relativity was it. Speed and light are relative.
Yeah, E equals
Mass,
MC
energy,
squared.
energy and mass are relative to each other. They are connected.
They're related.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Right.
1970, the ill-fated Apollo 13 mission was launched. Accident forced it to return to the Earth.
Right. But a good movie. So it all worked out well.
It worked out well for Tom Hanks. didn't it?
Yeah.
It's on this day in 1981. A couple of rock notes.
Right.
Hall & Oates started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Kiss on My List. It was their second number 1 single. And as Kiss on My List was hitting number 1,
Right.
Eddie Van Halen was hitting Valerie Bertinelli. They got married on this.
He was hitting.
not hitting that.
Hitting on that. He was tapping that. He was tapping that.
1981.
We'll go ahead and say that.
1981.
Yeah. No, that was
Hey,
just
you took the show. You took the show to that level.
41
First,
years
John,
ago.
zip your pants.
Yeah. Hey. After you did,
I think people.
I learned it from you.
I think people thought we were going to pee in the
I
podcast.
know, I was like, what is happening?
That's not right.
I turned the kids away.
Scientists in Hawaii on this day in 1985 measured the distance between the Earth and the Moon within 1 inch. What did they use?
A laser.
You know, Kellogg stopped tours of their breakfast food plant in 1986 on this day. The reason was for the end of an 80-year tradition, was they were worried that spies would be trying to steal their secret cereal recipes.
They'll find out why they're great. You can't see what
You can't see.
They're gonna let
The
they'll
answer?
they'll
Sugar.
They'll see the stuff. That's what they're going to do.
So that's your 2-cent history lesson for
All
today.
right. Well, that's quite a lesson.
It is quite
All
a lesson. We're brought to you by our friends at Firehouse Stores, located in Livingston County, serving the residents here in Livingston County and nearby for over 24 years.
Right. Veteran owned. Mike, a proud Air Force veteran. And of course, they strive to treat each customer like family because they are family owned. They're also your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And for the past 21 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today, 810-599-7480. And don't forget, every Wednesday, we're going to give away a preventative maintenance inspection for your garage door and opener, courtesy of Firehouse Doors. That includes a 12-point inspection of up to 2 garage doors and openers. All you have to do is enter your name, go to mikeandjohnpodcast.com, and you can find the giveaway entry there and just put your name in, and we'll draw that out on Wednesday. And then every Friday, of course, we also draw out the opportunity to win a lunch for 2.
Hold on.
What?
You going to do that drawing on your own on Wednesday when I'm not here to see it because I'm getting my bionic eye put in?
Forgot about that.
See, you got to keep up with the show. I talked to you in the beginning that on Wednesday I'm not going to be here.
I know.
Because I'm getting that old man cataract surgery.
Old man cataract.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good hit. That one did not go very far.
No, it didn't.
So
yeah, I'm getting cataract stuff.
But that'll be good. Right?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to ask Mr. Julie.
Okay.
What are we going to ask Mr.
I don't know.
Julie?
You're the one that's calling him, so
we'll see if
you
Mr.
tell me
Julie's
what you're
available.
gonna
We
ask
tried
him.
last week to talk to Mr. Julie, who wanted to be a part of the show.
But
we ended
Mrs.
up-
Julie was out of town.
Miss
She'd gone to see Elton John. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we'll see if Mr. Julie's available.
Maybe
for this morning.
Mrs. Julie has realized that.
We may be blocked.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, why did I give those idiots my phone number?
Should have just gave Mr. Julie's number.
Hi, this is Julie.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Julie. It's Mike and John.
Yeah.
So Mike and John got it going on.
Good morning, Mike and John. How
Are you back from the Elton John concert now?
Or are you just still?
I am.
Oh, okay. We didn't know if you were still just living it up.
Oh, I wish.
Post concerts is still,
I know, post-concert highs are so
right,
good.
right. Well, you're back to real life now.
All right, back to recycling things.
When you got home, did Mr. Julie finish the list of things you had left for him?
No, he did not. But he's right here, so you
Oh,
can ask him yourself
okay.
if
Well,
you'd like.
that's why we're doing
Yeah.
Ask Mr. Julie.
Right. If you could put Mr.
Okay.
Julie
It's our
on
Monday
Here
segment.
it is.
It's all of a sudden it's a Monday segment.
Yeah.
Ask Mr. Julie. It's so new we didn't even know it.
No, we just how this show rolls.
Good morning, Mike and John.
Hey, Mr. Julie, how's it going?
It's going so well.
All right,
so very well. I'm so glad you called early in the morning.
Well, yeah,
we got to get you going because
well,
we understand you had a to-do list and we
Yeah.
want to see where you're at with
And
that.
you didn't get it
I'll talk
done.
to you about the to-do list in a minute.
Oh,
You call in the morning, early in the morning.
yeah.
That's when my voice is basso tenor.
Oh, yeah.
That's the.
Yeah, and by noon it's a high-pitched screech like an 11-year-old schoolgirl on helium or something. You know?
Wow. Well, I'm glad
We'll
we're
have to
calling
call
early
back.
then.
Yeah, maybe we'll call back sometime at noon. And
You know,
Radio voice.
you kind of have a Barry White sound to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yes. That's what they all say.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So, are you sitting there with a cup of coffee with Miss Julie there, Mr. Julie?
Oh, no, I don't drink coffee with Miss Julie.
Oh. What do you drink with Miss Julie?
She drinks Pepsi Cola.
Oh, okay. What's your drink of the morning? Can you say?
A certain fetch. I can't go into it.
I understand. It's a special recipe. Where is it? It's an old family recipe. We understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But word did get back that you guys are just so interested in this honeydew list.
Yeah.
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 So I saved it for you.
Okay.
So let's start with the whole list and let's see what you got done.
Right.
In fact, you ought to auction this off to support your kids there in the basement.
Okay. All right. We're auctioning off the list that you didn't do.
Yeah.
It says at the top, love you XOXO.
Oh yeah.
And then it gets into the mean stuff.
Okay. See, that's kind of the warm you up.
Trying to butter you up a little bit.
Butter you up to get the
Yeah.
list done.
Right. It says, every day it says, tell Katie, our dog, tell Katie I love her. So I have to tell Katie every day that Mama loves you.
Now, surely you were able to achieve that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Now,
That's easy.
now your dog's name is Katie. How did you come up? How did you come up with that name for your dog?
Well, we rescued her from a place, and her name was Kelsey, and we didn't like that name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you went with Katie.
We didn't like it. Julie didn't like it, and
that's
she
out.
named her Katie.
Okay. So
right.
there you go. Was it a young dog? Right. So it didn't, wasn't used to its name.
No, just so long as you feed the dog.
Well, that's
you
true,
can
too.
call it.
You can call him whatever you want.
That is also true.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
why we call you
Yeah.
Mr. Julie. You
That's
get
right.
fed and you're happy.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. 2 pills at 7 to 8 a.m. These are pills for Katie.
Oh,
okay.
for Katie. Right.
One for Katie, one for Mr. Julie.
Right. And another one for Mr. Julie, and another one for Mr. Julie.
I ain't cooking anything up. in the
Okay,
basement
good.
All right.
there.
Right.
All right.
1 pill at 2 to 3 p.m. And then 1 pill and another pill at 7 to 8.
This
Are
is
we-
for the
Are
dog?
we still on Katie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's
All
got
right.
it bad. She's got a Jones for these pills.
I guess.
I see. Okay.
Can't make your dog a habit.
Is there a doggy rehab?
You know what there
somewhere?
is? You know what it's called? Barkanon.
Doggy rehab.
Get it? Barkanon?
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's Narcanon, but it's
Oh,
for
no.
dogs.
I'm
Barkanon.
sorry, Mr. Julie.
All right, anyway,
that was
go on.
John.
Oh, we must include pumpkin and vegetable cubes and in her meal and write it down. I have to document all this stuff.
I see.
Goes, yeah, like I'm a
Dear
nurse.
Lord.
It sounds like you're the dog caretaker.
I mean, there's a lot
Or
to
is there
do.
more on this list, or is it just dog stuff?
Oh, it goes on.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, now we're getting a little bit more insight into,
Yeah.
you were so busy taking care of Katie the dog, you didn't have time for this other stuff.
That's what I told her.
Right. Just go with it.
It didn't work.
No, okay.
All right.
It never
In
does.
fact, in the days gone by, or days of yore, as it were, Julie would type out these honeydews
Yeah.
to make sure I didn't get lost in her cursive writing.
Right,
So
yeah.
no mistakes. No mistaking what my duties were as.
Maybe you just didn't need a chart. You know, like a chore chart.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes. Oh, I had to get the mail every day. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
And change the water filter, fresh water in both dog ditches. And I had to tell myself in mantra fashion that Julie loves me too.
Did she write that on the list?
Tell you that I love you. Yeah.
Several times a day.
Oh, that's nice. That's really sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, here it goes. Here it goes, boys. Here it goes.
All right.
Keep the heat and the lights off until my return. All my love. Well, let me tell you what.
Right.
Yeah.
On her return, it got a lot colder and darker. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Miss Julie in there?
No, he had the heat and the lights on the whole
I understand
time.
that. I got that.
And about an hour
Yeah, so
before.
you're right.
Yeah.
Because that's the typical. That's how guys typically handle the list. You go, okay, here's this list of things to do. You're going to be gone for what, 3 days? All right, I'll get on this an hour before you return.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Right.
And again, it's like John said in an earlier show. You start these honeydew lists 2 hours before she's
Right.
due home.
It's
Right.
That's why it's important to ascertain the exact time of arrival.
So if you did that, the dog would be taking all this medications.
Right. Overdose. Dog's overdosing.
Poor Katie.
Katie's happy.
Right.
Happy.
All right.
All right. Well, Mr. Julie, it's been a lot of fun, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Buddy.
Right.
And it'll be early in the morning.
Until
so-
you block our number, this
Yeah.
is on you, not us. All right? You've been warned.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll have Julie, if us guys are going to get together
Oh.
like we are
Yeah.
down in the basement, I'll have Julie forward my phone number.
Okay. So
Oh.
that way we don't have to bother
Oh, I
her.
see. Right.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it.
All
Excellent.
right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, Mr. Julie, always a pleasure. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Have a great week and get that list done.
I'm working on it.
Right.
All right, buddy. Bye bye. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
That's Mr. Julie.
Yeah, Mr. Julie.
So I like how raspy it is in the morning. That's
Right.
Yeah.
It's quite a voice.
Yes. Hey, we want to thank Murphy's Family Auto. Schedule your appointment today, 517-552-3040. Murphy's Family Auto, your car knows.
Murphy'sFamilyAuto.com. Great
Ready
folks over
for
there.
your spring and summer travels with Murphy's Family Auto. All right, coming up tomorrow, Uncle Bill is going to join us.
Right.
for School to Fools, the
Exactly.
Tuesday edition.
We'll be talking with one of the members of the Friends of the Lakelands Trail, and they've got a bunch of different activities planned here in the spring and into the summer about various things in and along the Lakelands Trail, so we'll find out more about that. Of course, we'll have Gigo News. We'll have your 2-cent history lesson. We'll have
Post-show stuff.
something. Yeah, sure. Okay, we have post-show content coming up here in just a second here.
We do?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah, I've got it.
You got it.
I think I got it. I got it.
He thought he had it when he was
Yeah.
a teenager, too.
Yeah,
And he didn't have it then?
I sure did. I had it going on as a kid. I did. That's what my mom told
why,
me.
that's why he has a sticker that
Oh,
says,
you
Mike and
don't
John,
worry, you
got it going on.
son.
You do.
Sure you do.
All right. It's, that's going to do it for Monday. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be back here tomorrow
Right.
for a Tuesday edition of Mike and John. Got it going on. Is the band here today?
The band?
Yeah, the band. That's
I
where we
think-
play the band to close the show, remember?
Is that what?
I know it's Monday and all,
The band works on their own time. They're getting tuned up right
I
now.
see, yeah.
Here they
They're
come.
looking for
They're
their
setting up
instruments.
right now. They're setting up.
All right,
They're plugging in.
All right, guys. There you go. Thank you. Sound pretty good.
They're practicing all weekend.
Do you have to yell down? Turn that crap
Hey,
down.
turn that down and fix my furnace while you're at it. By the way, my furnace is fixed. I want to thank Jacob Barnaby for getting that done.
Jacob Barnaby Jones?
No, just Jacob Barnaby.
I'd call him Jacob Barnaby Jones.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Hey, Jedediah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jacob Barnaby.
Yes.
We appreciate this. I brought an extra sweater just in case.
Well,
A little extra hoodie. You can get your Mike and John hoodies. MikeandJohnPodcast.com.
Go to the merch link.
Right next to search. We made it that convenient.
All right.
We should have some air guitars. Blow-off guitars.
We just did.
No, I mean like a
Oh,
blow-off
literally
guitar.
air
I used to
guitars.
have
All right,
those
we're
on
in
DJ.
post-show now.
We're in post-show.
Yeah.
What do you got for the post-show?
So
Send me that.
I saw this on Facebook. There was this clip of this comedian, and I just thought that this.
You thought it was funny?
I thought this was
So you
good.
thought you'd
I thought we'd
with
share
the
that as our
class?
post-show content. What do you mean?
Oh, it says this content is no longer
wait,
available.
what happened?
Must not have been that funny.
What happened to my content? What do you mean it's not available?
It's on 8-track only. On this 8-track.
Well, that's
tape.
garbage.
What is that?
All right. Then
Do
we're
they
gonna
not
go-
know we have a show to do?
All right, we're gonna go to the backup.
We're going to the backup
We're
plan.
going to the backup content.
We'll see if this backup content.
Yeah.
Wait, let's get the backup content. Ready?
Oh God, that's as bad as my barking on.
Yeah. No, that was bad. Barking on.
What do you mean? That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was not good. That was a dad joke.
Well, that's what it was my daughter's nightmare. You know. after
She's
all.
not the only one who has those nightmares.
Yeah. All right. This
Here we
post-show-
go. Post-show
this post-show
content.
content is
Yeah,
next.
here we go. Is it ready?
All right. So hold on. I want to set this up. All right. Shut up. Oh my God.
Yeah, get it together
Okay.
over there. It's dude hogging the show. Looks like Keanu Reeves kind of with a little mustache.
Stop.
If that guy loves
All right.
his mustache, he'd
All
look
right.
like
So, all right. So I want to set this up. All right.
take the headphones off.
Yeah,
Get ready.
All right.
Got a cup of coffee.
All right, so this is your moment of TikTok. All right, so this is a TikTok video. My daughter sent this to me. All right, and so for our podcast listeners, or any of the video, you can't see them. I'm not going to show you the video, but just the audio alone, I think is this. So what it says is it shows a guy sitting. He's driving in his car, and it just says, "When you haven't turned on the radio in 6 years." And I just thought this kind of spoke to things. All right, so here we go.
Any minute now.
Any minute.
Here we go.
You're now listening to 102.3 Real Rock FM, where we play nothing but rock, and more rock. This ain't your granny's station.
All right. I thought it was funny. Oh, why am I talking to this microphone? I turned the microphone. I just thought it really spoke to the state of radio broadcasting today. with all of the bells and whistles and sound effects and
Well, you got to have a guy that's hitting that drum roll for you.
you know, right? Yeah,
Sound effect guy.
Right. I just thought that was.
We don't have any sound effects.
We don't need them. We actually talk to our listeners like they're people. Just an idea.
It's a thing.
Okay. Well, here
Are
it
we
is.
done?
God, I think so.
All right. I suppose you want me to hit the button.
I can do it.
Yeah, it's about time.
Oh.
That's kind of old man
hold
sound.